Hey everybody, it's Derek with High Five Resale Shop. I wanted to do one of these videos where we do a deep dive into a specific topic that, in this case, a topic that everybody likes to poo-poo on these specific things. One of my philosophies is that with any garage sale, you can always find something that's worth reselling. Obviously, there might be an exception to that, but pretty much any garage sale, you should be able to find something in there that you can resell. And how do you do that is by having a lot of knowledge. So when people online and eBay and thrifting threads poo-poo this particular item, which is precious moments. So as the thumbnail already says, we're going to go on a deep dive into precious moments to find the precious moments that are worth money that you should be looking for when you're out and about at garage sales. So how do you find these? What are they going to look like? And how to identify them? Most times when you have big collections or collectors items like these, they're gonna be from the clubs that people join, the special edition type figurines that aren't put out to the general public. So you got to look out for those out there. And then any limited edition ones, you may not know that, but within this video we're gonna see trends on things, and you will be able to spot them when you're out and about. There's certain things that are valuable and certain things that are not valuable. So just keep that in mind, and we're going to start going through these. So the first one I'm going to pop up here is this Precious Moments girl riding a red scooter. These are all sold from eBay with the last 90 days. And I had a paper here. I wrote some stuff down. In that search that I did, there were 21,000 Precious Moments figures sold in the last 90 days. That's a lot of Precious Moments figures. So you can either poo-poo this Precious Moments stuff, or you could try and be a part of the money that people are making there, because people are obviously buying them if there's 21,000 sales in the last 90 days. There are 25 pages of sold figures and lots priced at $26 and up in the way that I sorted them. So that's a lot of figurines, a lot of sales that were made. And then on the converse side, when people say that they're not worth selling and there's too many of them on eBay, there are 120,000 Precious Moments figures on eBay. So yes, the market is flooded with Precious Moments, but if you have the right one, you can make money from it. So okay, back to this. The first one, we're going to go from some low priced ones to some high priced ones, and this first one is low priced. There's lower priced ones that sold, but this is where I stopped. There were a lot that I picked in this video. So $67, almost $68, $67.97. Precious Moments girl riding a red scooter, and so you can see it up on the screen here. And it doesn't say that it's limited edition or anything, but that red color, it would stand out to me at a garage sale, because usually there are these matted tones that the girl has on. So the next ones have those matted tones that we were just talking about. You got this $69 one, which is Precious Moments Our Real Life Romance. It is limited edition, it says, so I don't know what actually that entails on that one, but it sold for $69. And then the next one is Precious Moments LA Dodgers MLB figure. So anything with like connected to a sports team, you're going to want to pick up. They're definitely going to be priced higher than your just run-of-the-mill everyday one. And then that Dodgers one was $72 plus shipping. Here's a couple more. You got Precious Moments. Every bunny loves a Christmas hug. So it's a little girl in a Santa Claus suit with a bunny. She's giving it a hug. And it's from 2020, it says. So that was $68. Then you got this time period was during Christmas, so obviously a lot of Christmas stuff is going to sell. Precious Moments Nutcracker from 1994. A little boy dressed up as a nutcracker, and that sold for $55. And then you also have, this $55 one has got $23 in shipping, so that's, you can make a couple more bucks on the on the price if you didn't offer shipping. That was so outrageous. The next one is Precious Moments With You Is Where I Want to Be, and it's a couple of old folks in chairs kind of deal, and that sold for $70. It actually, has two figures on it. I tend to see the singular figure on one figurine, so not two figures in the figurine type thing. The next thing here is Precious Moments Cozy Ride by Your Side figurine, and it says it's signed, so that would drive up the price a little bit. It is $79. So there's that. It's got the muted tones and it's got that bright red on it. You got this Precious Moments Your Picture Perfect. It's a little boy taking a picture of a girl, and it's $79. Free ship. So both of those are free ship, so they're going to lose about $10 on those sales. The other thing is if you can find them with the boxes, it's going to be better for you than if you find them without the boxes. It's going to increase the probability of them breaking in shipment, and if they have the boxes, it's going to ensure their safety to getting to the next place intact. The next item, and excuse me, I don't know if this is actually truly a Precious Moments figurine, but I have never seen movie adaptation Precious Moments. But here is one with Wesley, the Dread Pirate Rabbits from The Princess Bride, and it's $99.95. And then you have next to it here, Good Things Come to Those Who Wait. It's a little boy fishing, and that sold for $100. Here we have a couple more. Precious Moments Disney Wedding, couple figurine, Happily Ever After. That sold for $95 plus $17 in shipping. And then we have Precious Moments Ahoy Matey. It's smooth sailing ahead. It looks like a play imagination kind of thing with a girl and her doll. And it's $100 plus $12 shipping. So here we have another thing where it's Disney. If you see anything Disney related, those are the ones you're going to want to pick up. Here we have I'll Never Let You Go figurine, $107. And you got another Disney one with Jessie, Yodelahu Who. And so it's a little girl with her Jessie doll. And that was $100 plus shipping. And then you got Dance Upon Your Dreams, and it says it's rare. I never put the word rare anything in my listings. I think it's tacky. But you can do that if you really want to. I don't think anybody's going to be searching the word rare in their eBay search. This Dance Upon Your Dreams sold for $100 plus shipping. We got one here. It's Precious Moments Wedding Couple in a Car. It sold for $149.99, free ship. We got these three here. You'll see this one again at the end, this first one, but it's slightly different. Precious Moments, how can we work? How can two work together except they agree, and it's signed. Sold for $143.96. And you have Ride Like the Wind Bullseye from Disney and Toy Story, and that sold for $140 plus shipping. And then here's the first of the nativity ones we'll see, and there's hundreds of different versions of the how people are selling the nativity in lots and stuff like that. But this particular one is a 4-piece set with three buildings and a palm tree, and they sold those for $139.99. So if you see nativity ones, they're going to be ones you want to look into. Here is a Precious Moments rare vintage 2003 porcelain illuminated angel tree, and that sold for $125 plus $60 in shipping. Wow. And then you got this Precious Moments Reserved. He lightens my heavy load. So this has got a Christian motif to it. And this sold for $175 plus $8 in shipping. Then here's the first we'll see of the Sugartown set. So this one has Sugartown lighted train station and 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces that come with it, and it was $175. And then, like here, they're eating some of the shipping because $8.85, $9. There's no way you're shipping the whole thing for $9 in shipping. It's going to be somewhere around between 15 and 20, I'm sure. But they're eating some of the shipping on this one here. You got this one here over on the right side. Precious Moments from the Beginning. It's hard to see what those actually are. They got a little girl there playing around, and it's $160 with $23 in shipping. Here you got Rosie the Riveter. With God We Can Do It. And it's got like a little doll that goes with it, and then the porcelain figures. So there's a couple of things going on here. And it was sold for $174 plus $17 in shipping. That seems right for that size stuff. And then here we have on the right side, we have Post Malone. And these are called Altered Moments. There's several people on TikTok that are making these figures where they're repainting them, adding things to them, and creating new Precious Moments called Altered Moments. And this happens to be Post Malone. And so I've seen somebody make like, who was it? It was Burt Reynolds and Sally Field in a Firebird from Smokey and the Bandit, and then like a Forrest Gump one with him sitting on the bench. So there's a lady out there who does this that I've seen on TikTok. I'm sure there's some other people that do that, and they're really creative people, and this is the result of that creativity. And that Post Malone sold for $183. So the next item that was selling was this nativity. They Follow the Star. So it looks like 3 the three wise men on their camels. They look fairly large, so it's going to be a little bit to ship them. But they sold for $189, and they have $10 in shipping on them. The next one looks like a regional type of piece. So I saw a lot of stuff in the Precious Moments expensive stuff that came from like Hong Kong and Shanghai. So this might be one of those like regional pieces, and it is 2000 bringing in another year, so it looks like a Chinese New Year situation. And it was $179 plus $20 in shipping. And then the next one is Strawberry Shortcake. You're So Berry Sweet. It's got the styrofoam around it, so I imagine it is an actual Precious Moments thing and not an Altered Moments thing. So it sold for $199, free ship. And then here is another one of the nativities. This says it's an 11-piece nativity set with buildings and palm trees, and it sold for $199 with free ship. So at least $20 in shipping for that stuff, and is what you're going to lose from that sale, but a really good price if you picked it up for cheap enough. The next item is the Wizard of Oz set, and it's 4 characters on there, and it sold for $200 plus $15 in shipping. The next item is Bringing Home the Spirit of Christmas. It says it's unnumbered. It's a limited edition, but it's unnumbered. And it's sold for $214.50 plus, free ship. And then there's 2 examples here, which there were several more examples of this selling, and it sold all over the place, like between $140 and $200. These are the top 2 price getters here. But God Loves a Cheerful Giver, Jonathan and David, 1977 it says. This looks like the same listing twice to me. Maybe it got sold and refunded or something and sold again. But this looks like the exact same picture. But it sold for $199 plus $15 in shipping. So there's that. It seems like this is a fairly common one out of the really high-priced ones we're going through. This might be one you might find out in the wild. Then there's an I Love Lucy collection group of them out there, and those you're definitely going to want to pick up. They're worth money each time. This one with the alien thing, Friendship is Out of This World, was $229 plus $12 in shipping. And then you had I Love Lucy, Together We Can Handle Anything, or whatever, with the cookies, or I don't know what they were making there. $229 on that one as well. Again, you got 2 pictures that look exactly the same, but they were sold a month apart. So you got maybe something that was sold, canceled, and sold again. Precious Moments, rock singer, guitarist, bassist, and keyboard. This sold for $225 each time with $16 in shipping on it. Okay, so we've gone from $60, I think was the first one. We're now at $250. These are really rare. Some of the ones that we're going to look at are really rare or large lots of items at this point. But here again, we have 2 pictures of this God Loves a Cheerful Giver, and they're different than the last picture. Both of these pictures are from other sellers. So this 1977 Precious Moments sold for $250, and then a couple spots over here you can see it again at $239.99. In between those two, you have a Disney one with Lilo and Stitch, Ohana Meets Family, and this one sold for $245 plus shipping on top. Here on the right side, we have a pewter set that they did for Precious Moments, and it's the Nativity. It is complete, and it includes the base. I don't know how many pieces are included in that, but it was $225 with $25 in shipping on that. The next one is one of the regional ones I was talking about. It may be a Japanese release. May Love Blossom All Around You. It sold for $250. You have a Disney Park one. You Are My Main Attraction. $245 plus $14 in shipping. Another Disney one with Captain Jack Sparrow, and I'd Be Sunk Without You, $249 plus $10 in shipping. And then we got You Make My Heart Float. I think this is like a camping series that they did or something. I'm not exactly sure. It sold for $259. It does say limited edition signed over here, so $259 free ship. Okay, so the next group is a set of 8 Elvis figures. They have no box, but these sold for $250 plus $13 in shipping. The next item is a Precious Moments Christmas tabletop tree, and that sold for $245 plus $18.50 in shipping. And then we see again this nativity set with the buildings and the pieces. It's 15 pieces total, and it sold for $249 and 99 cents plus $12.95 in shipping. The next one is a limited edition of 5,000 clown set. It's really far away. Wish there was a better picture of that, but that sold for $250 plus $12 in shipping. We're at $275 now. We got this Toy Story one we saw before. Well, it's not exactly like it. You Got a Friend in Me, $275. You have Tigger one, Tigger and Pooh, $274 on that one. You have a regional one with some ethnic characters on here, $275. And then you have some Sugartown pieces. It doesn't say exactly how many pieces are in it. It looks like maybe 5 parts to it, 5 or 6 parts. $276.34. The next item is a bulk collection, just a bunch of figures. Hard to see what's in there, but it's just somebody lotted up a bunch of stuff. You can do that too. You can just lot up your collection and sell it in one group. Make sure you include enough in shipping. This is definitely not enough. $10.85 to ship all that. It's probably going to be around 30 or 40 bucks. But at $280, if you're good, losing a little bit of money, that's fine too. The next item is, it looks the same again. You got 2 pictures of the same item, so maybe a cancellation and then a repurchase. Precious Moments, Disney, Our Love is the True Beauty from Belle and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. And it was $275 plus $13 in shipping. Another group that was looked to be valuable was the SeaWorld figures. So if you see SeaWorld ones, those you're going to want to pick up. This one with the turtle, Shall We Be Friends, was $290. And then another group that you're going to see is valuable is the Grease figures. So Our Love is Electrifying with Danny, and I'm blanking on her name right now, but Sandy and Sandy and Danny. There you go. I finally pulled it up. $279.99 for that. You got some Caribbean cruise ones, and I don't know if that was connected to a cruise ship or whatever, but it says 2014. It's signed. $284 on those, and it's a group of like 5 pieces. And then you have another SeaWorld one, 60th anniversary, $274 on the SeaWorld one at there. Up next is the Nativity 32-piece set, Precious Moments. It doesn't look like there's buildings in there. There's some palm trees in the background. But that sold for $300 plus $17 in shipping. We have Ohana Meets Family again. Disney Lilo and Stitch, $309. The next one is some Village pieces, $300, maybe 6 to 8 buildings, and it's got $15 in shipping. The next one is Teamwork Makes the Dream Work. It was $300. That looks kind of like a run-of-the-mill type of figurine setup that you're going to see. You got a Disney one with Jasmine at $325. You got Precious Moments Back to the Future, $325 plus shipping. And then here we hit here we're hitting $300 here. Now we got $299 plus $31 in shipping for an entire Precious Moments Sugartown Village lot. The next one is Oh Come Let Us Adore Him 11-piece nativity set in the box, $299 plus $30 in shipping. You have the next one is a Mermaid Sea of Friendship complete set. Looks like 4 figurines there, and it's sold for $350. You have another Grease one with oh man, I can't remember the names. Beauty School Dreamer. So is that the angel? That would be Frankie Avalon and then Frenchie? I'm not sure. Grease is still the word. Beauty School Dreamer. $336 plus 42 cents, and shipping on top of that. And then you have this Sugartown lot of figures, 34 items in there. That sold for $299.99 plus $45 in shipping. And this one on the end here is Wizard of Oz set, 12 figures and 3 bases, and that sold for $297.50 with $45 in shipping. We are getting near the end. Let me see. We may have like 10 or 11 more to go. Okay, so I'll try and run through these as quickly as I can. This is getting a little bit long. You got Make a Joyful Noise here, which seemed to be one that you should be able to find out in the wild. It's from 1988, and it's limited edition, one of 1,500. But there were at least 3 or 4 times I saw this on this group of I pulled up in the last 90 days. So this sold for $349.99 plus $11 in shipping. Love is Universal. It says limited edition, $350 plus shipping. You got another Toy Story Disney one, Buzz and Woody, $350 plus shipping. And you got a signed one, Home on the Range. This says a club version, $345 plus shipping. And then here is a big lot of items. 17 train pieces, $350 plus shipping on this. And it looks in the picture like they have another set of them behind the first set they're taking pictures of. So yeah, so they have an out of stock here, and they have 2 sold. So both of the sets they had. So that sold. Then you have this lot of 1982 Come Let Us Adore Him nativity figures, and they sold for $349 and $20 in shipping. Then another of the same Come Let Us Adore Him style at $350 plus $28 in shipping. There were 22 figures in that. Oh Holy Night. Now this is a smaller nativity type of set. I don't know if this is a base and these all sit on it or if they're all connected. But this was $350 plus $13 in shipping. This camper series seemed to be very popular, like it was a limited edition set. So if you see these camping ones, they might be ones you want to look up. This one was I'm a happy camper when I'm with you. It sold for $370 plus $9 in shipping. Then you have this vintage nativity 2-piece wall and many other pieces. $395, and it's free ship. So what is that all going to cost to ship? Maybe $40. So you're making $350 on that one. For God So Loved the World, it is a chapel limited series. So there in Missouri, there is a place called the Precious Moments Chapel. And after seeing this, I might have to go over there and see if they have any of these limited edition ones available over there. But this one is 42 out of 300 numbered. So this one was $387.87. I'm going to go check that out and see if I can find anything worth anything. And it'll be a good place to take the kids for a little like field trip. The next item is a Disney Princess Cinderella. Even Miracles Take a Little Time. It says limited edition, $395 plus $17 in shipping. You got another SeaWorld here, $395, and it's the 60th anniversary. And this one's even including the receipt from when they purchased it, plus $22 in shipping on that. This one, he's got the whole world in his hands, $493 out of 2,000, and it sold for $450 plus free ship. So you're gonna lose $15 in shipping on that. Here you got Mary Poppins. So Any Holiday is a Jolly Holiday, limited, not numbered, and it says it's a prototype, so you may not be able to find this out in the wild. $599 free ship. Here's a Cinderella, Dream Come True, $599 plus ship. Here is We Would See Jesus. Exclusive Chapel, 507 of 1500, Wise Men. So it's 3 wise men on a camel. And it sold for $750 plus $18 in shipping. I like to see these people charge shipping even with these really high priced items. Don't be afraid to charge shipping on items. So this one, okay, so we have 4 more. So I thought this might be the last one. It's not. Okay, so this is a similar one to the one we saw earlier with 2 figures on it. This one happens to have 3 figures on it. And Precious Moments, how can 3 work together? It's signed and it says C, so there might be a note here. Okay, so this one has signatures on it by the 3 people who it's depicting, and it's sold for $2,995 plus $16 in shipping. This one is a Sugar Town set of buildings and some figurines, 34 accessories, and it's sold for best offer, and I didn't look up exactly what that best offer was, but it probably somewhere around $750 or something, and that cross out is for a best offer, but it's sold with $75 in shipping and priority mail. I don't know why they would do priority mail, but that's what they did. Here you have the Breakfast Club. These Hamilton collection ones seem to be the movie ones that are the rare ones. This one sold for $999.99. It was the best offer, and see the offers crossed out, but they made $1,000 from it, and they had $24 in shipping on it. And then here is, I think, the entire set of Grease items. Sandy, Danny, Rizzo, Kaniki, French, and Marty. And these all sold together as a set for $971.98. And here's a picture of Danny and Sandy. And they charged $8.84 to ship all those out. So they probably spent $50 in shipping those, or $40 in shipping those, because it looks like they have the boxes. So that is everything. So I laugh at people who create these TikToks and these YouTube videos, and they say you can't make any money from these certain things, whatever that certain thing is. In this case, Precious Moments, there is a lot of money to be made. Let me just go back over those numbers from the beginning, that there were 120,000 Precious Moments figures listed on eBay, and there's over 2,100 sales in the past 90 days, sorry. And there's 26 pages of sold figures and lots priced $26 and up. So if you can get one of these for $10 at an estate sale, or $20 in an estate sale, and you can sell it for $200, great profit margin on that. Just like if you get one of the more common ones for $2 or $3, and we're able to sell it for like $90. So there's money to be made on these. You have to know what you're doing, and where does that come from? You have to know what you're doing. You have to upload the knowledge into your brain before you get to the garage sale. You can always do Google Lens, but I think the knowledge of having this in your brain comes in really handy when you're out and about and you don't have to look everything up with your phone. So that's going to be it from here at Hi-Fi Resale Shop. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you thought of this video. Would you like to see more like Mike, this deep dive into videos like this? And if so, what do you want me to do a deep dive on? And I could show you what it is, how you can find things to sell on eBay. That's all I got for now, and see you later. Peace.